Sure. Thank you, Sebastian. And really nice to meet Caroline, Calliope, and Sophia. I hope you'll join the session in 2 weeks. So my name is Andrea. I've been in Brussels for the past 6 years, but I've been working more than that. I worked in the Czech Republic before. That's where I originally come from. I actually have more of a background in NGOs, civil society, non-formal education, youth, and so on. But international relations and European studies is something I studied at university. And in 2022, I finally combined the operational knowledge of organizing events, doing project management, stakeholder engagement with the topic that I actually studied when I worked for the largest think tank in Brussels, SEPS. So events overall, I've been working on them around 10 years already, if I include my volunteering path as well. And everything from small events like workshops, community events, trainings, to larger events and mid and large size conferences. So the largest event I did was last year when it was almost 800 people for 2 days in Brussels for a 2-day conference. So policy, events, no new topic to me, but policy, that's mostly the years I spent in Brussels. I keep learning things, to be absolutely honest. I've learned tremendously over the past few years, but there's still new things that I'm learning, and that's what I like about this discipline as well. Now I'm no longer at SEPS. I'm a freelancer. I'm starting my own business, eventually want to build my own agency around events and some other elements. But let me get the handle of the freelancer thing first, and then you'll hear from me as an agency founder and owner. And I think that's pretty much it.
Perfect. And a little bit about me. I had this video that I created with using AI. So just you will see why. But I work in civil society, pro-European organizations. But I also have experience. I'm working in the European Parliament with pro-European groups. Before I was also working in institutional go-to-vote campaigns. But I wasn't in Rome in the treaty, signing the treaty. I didn't advise Charlemagne, and I wasn't there when the myth of Europe was created. So, but at the end of the day, what I am and what I am at heart is is it's a convinced pro-European who started working in the investment banking industry, which is why I kept the looks, I kept the best, and all that. But then at some point, I decided to start working in something more meaningful and helping the good guys win, like I did. I had the privilege to also help and be part of many campaigns in the past across Europe. But I also, like Andrea, I keep learning, and so when I arrived in Brussels, I really thought that not everything, many things had to be changed in the EU affairs, and since we have someone in Paris, in the public affairs point of view, because usually public affairs has been a domain that has been very opaque, that it has been pretty much on old relationship between people who meet for dinner and agree on tabling amendments or agreeing on things that impact the whole society back doors. And I always had this idea of opening the windows and the doors of the Brussels bubble to be more transparent, to have real debates, to make what happens in Brussels a little bit more accessible to people outside of it. And this is the work that I do also, as a consultant. That I am a consultant, and I try to help pro-European organizations advocate and influence, but also the other way around. I help European Union institutions and the EU bubble in general be more accessible to people outside of the bubble. And one of the ways that I do this, like Andrea, we are freelancers, so we get gigs here and there, and we pay the bills with these type of things. But a way that we thought we can make this available to more people in a way that is also affordable, that is collaborative, is by providing training. So one said, you can hire us to do something, or you can hire us to build you up and to build your skills so that you go out there and you are able to do it yourself. You are able to support your organization again in a way that is affordable, that is really really tailored to our community, and that is collaborative. Right, that is our ethos. How we work, well, I'm gonna go one step back, because how we work is it's very bottom up. You will see at the beginning of the year we ask our community and people around our community that we really know. So this is not a few gurus out there. No, those are like people working in the same places that we work. What are the trends that they see? And then every year we publish test 10 trends. Those are the trends for this year. You've probably come across this report. I can share it with you if you need. And then what we do is over the year we expand on each one of these trends with tailor workshops. So the community tell us what's important for one year, and then what we do is that at the beginning of the month we ask people who is available for a 1 month of training, right? And for which topic. And then people vote. And based on that, we curate master classes, we curate workshops, etc. And, and at least every week, there is an opportunity to work on the chosen topic. The topic that was chosen last month was to focus on the offline part, like the especially on the trend number 4. It was about how physical presence, really outperforms campaigning, digital campaigning in a way. And and now this is this was the most popular. And so what we did is, okay, if this is the most popular, I'm gonna find someone like Andrea, uh, and I'm gonna ask her to put together a all her knowledge or her expertise into a training format that works for everyone. And that's we will talk a little bit about that later. But this is it's a bottom up, it's fully bottom up approach. The professionals in the community choose what we do, and then our job is to curate the content for them. We also do a lot of networking events, both in Brussels and online. And sometimes we get really VIP people. In this case, the von der Leyen wasn't in our meetings, unfortunately, but she's invited. She's always invited. So who knows? One day she might even pop up. And of course, for the reason that you're here today, our upcoming workshops, they come in all type of formats and topics and dates. So let's see what are the ones that are upcoming, but that doesn't mean that that's all we do. Like over the year, we're gonna cover all the topics in our trends, social media. We're gonna talk about internal communications. It's a whole year of training, but of course, from now until July, this is what we're gonna do. Let's start with the first one on event organizing. That we are doing 2 levels. We'll start this the first time that we do this. Level 1 on the 29th of April, level 2 on the 21st of May. Well, some people will ask, do I need to go through level 1 to get to level 2? We absolutely recommend that you do it, because you get the philosophy of what we are trying to do mostly in the level 1. And so level 2 will be a little bit more hands-on, real time, real life scenario, etc. So we strongly recommend that you do the 2 levels. We guarantee that that's like the whole experience it comes with coming to both. On the first level, maybe Andrea, that's a good time also for you to to explain what you had in mind for the first level is on the 29th of April, starting from 9:30 a.m. so that you have time to send the first emails of the day up until 12, and it's going to be online. So you don't have to go anywhere else to attend this event. What do you have in store for us, Andrea, for the level 1?
Well, I'm definitely not going to reveal everything because then it wouldn't be motivating enough to come to the training. But this first level is all about design and planning. In my experience, it's often one of the most underestimated elements of events. A lot of organizations feel like, okay, this is the way we've always organized events, and it's working because people come, we always get speakers, and people shake hands, maybe exchange a few business cards. The event is over. Okay, let's move on to the next one. But that's not really how your organization stands out, because when it comes to the very busy periods in Brussels and in other places for that matter too, it's not only in Brussels, it can be European wide. And we're getting into one of those periods very soon, May, June, and autumn, busiest periods for events. Then your biggest problem is competition. Because how do you make your event stand out? How do you make the people decide, okay, if I'm invited to 5 different events on one day, why am I choosing to go to your particular event and not the others? So, when you regularly organize your events, you may think, yeah, I don't have a problem. Like, we always do it this way. And again, people come, speakers come. But if you really want to make an impact, make a difference, even achieve some of your more strategic goals, even when it might come to monetization, you have to think in a bigger picture. So the first level will be all about planning and designing, also the common frustrations, because we will discuss what you as a participant, if you come to an event, what bothers you, to help you reflect, is my organization actually doing that too? Or find out things that maybe you didn't know bother other people because the other participants will tell you. So we'll actually take it a bit from there, from like the grievances level. And then we'll talk more about all the tips and hacks, because that's something that you can ask AI as much as you want, honestly, but you won't get the same answers as from someone who's been through hundreds of different scenarios of what can go wrong, what can go great. You really have to, that's a profession you really have to experience and live. And as I told you at the beginning, there's still things I'm learning, I'm discovering, because events manager is never a finished job, even in the EU policy sphere. So especially Brussels applied, though, we'll talk about some specific resources, timing you have to be aware of, maybe some websites that you didn't know can help you, certain people that can help you out as well, because this is really curated by all the years in Brussels from my own experience. Again, it's not even public yet anywhere. You cannot AI it. And yeah, we will also tackle a little bit communication, because one thing, is designing, planning it, but then how do you get people to attend and to speak at the event? And one of the things I can maybe reveal already is, again, how do you stand out in the mailbox, first of all, that people will even pay attention to your email? And how do you make the people attend and come? What kind of information you have to include? And then just to tease the level 2, that will be all about execution and the real life situations. But one doesn't go without the other. If you don't plan, you can do as much patching, as much band-aiding as you want, but you're not going to fix fundamental problems. And then, if you design it great, but then you're not aware of, all the different things that can go wrong and scenarios that you should be ready for, then your event is not going to work out despite some of the planning. So they really go hand in hand. But obviously, if you're already more experienced than the first level, like, I genuinely believe there will still be a lot of new information that we'll learn. But if you've been, I don't know, 10 years in the process and you know the ins and outs, maybe you look at the level 2. But again, like maybe Sebastian is now thinking, what is she doing? Like, I want people to come to level 1. But yeah, you also need to think yourself after, this little introduction, whether it's a good fit. But again, I really, really believe that, and based on also my LinkedIn activity, where I'm very active and I engage with people and I receive a lot of comments on my posts, even things that I think are fundamental are not fundamental to many people, and those posts then get saved and resent because people don't even realize some of the elements. So just to sum up, even if you've been in events for a while, I really think even the level 1 will be genuinely very useful for you.
And also, in addition to that, you will get to know the people who then go to level 2, because it will be very collaborative. We will make it so that you interact with each other. And at the end of the day, this is beyond the learning and the skills, and which is the key added value. It's the community, right? You're gonna get to know these people. You're gonna stumble across them, even like having a coffee. Some people even have hire each other or help each other find a job, and this is something that we really encourage. And of course, then it comes level 2 on the 21st of May, same time. So it's like half a day. It's going to be in Brussels, very central, very close to where you work. And tell us, Andrea, what's this is the real deal. So level 2 is where we actually go from what we think what we plan to actually how we deal with everything that happens on the day. How do we do after the event? Like, I think this is a big gap. How you do post event communications that actually feel like the event and the conversation continues, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I talked about the planning and the design, and now it's about, oh, sorry, Caroline. Sorry to see you go, but the session is being recorded, so you'll see the rest afterwards. And thank you for joining anyways, for taking the time. So the level 2 will be all about execution. We're going to go through real life situations, like real life situations I actually had to experience first, so that you know how to handle them in the future, but myself included. So we're going to go over scenarios that, can really happen and happen to me and how I handled them. And we will then talk about also the flow of the event and all the different elements that you have to think about, whether it's a panel discussion, a closed door roundtable, a high level full day, 2-day conference, like all the different aspects, because it's a big puzzle. You need so many elements to come together that when people come to the event, your goal is that as a participant, you don't know that a crisis is happening. As an event organizer, but your participants have no idea. And I keep talking about like things going wrong, crises, but there are so many great things about events, obviously. And I also experienced events that went surprisingly, absolutely smoothly and nothing happened. It was super minor things. So it really depends. And we'll tackle networking as well, because that's a very underestimated element too at events. People don't think about it too much. They're mostly about, okay, I'm going to throw this many people in this room. There's food, there's drink, let them mingle. It can be done differently as well. And last but not least, as Sebastian said, it's also about communication afterwards and what happens after the events. Because one of the biggest mistakes I see is, and I already spoke about it a little bit, an event finishes, the moderator thanks the participants. Maybe participants hang around for 5-10 more minutes to speak to the speakers, to speak to other participants. And then what? What happens after the event? Is there any communication from the organizers? Is there any action? Is there any follow-up? What happens? Or are you just organizing events for the sake of organizing events? So it's really more advanced. That's why it's level 2. It's more advanced. But it's still also very useful to people who are completely new to it, because then they can prepare for all the scenarios that maybe people like me had to live through first to even get that sort of experience in the first place.
Perfect. And I will be the first one here taking notes. We do a lot of events. I really think that the whole idea why you want to do an event is because you want to create an impact, right? And how that event fits into that impact, I think it's clearly you lose the perspective in the day to day. Thank you, Andrea. At this point, before we move to, I hear a little bit about the session. Before we move to the next one, which is probably something that you've come across, but probably not the reason why you are here, and also explain how you can get involved and how you can take part in this. Do you have any questions to either Andrea or myself regarding this specific workshop and the 2 levels? And what's in it, what's the program is about.
Hello, guys. Yes, very quick questions. First of all, sorry I was late, and that's why possibly I missed it already if you talked, so excuse me for that. Just to be sure that those kind of workshops, are they included in the monthly payment we've done already? Like we can participate if we are a member of your club already, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's something that we always the pricing aspect, is always good to leave it to the end. But what you say, let me now use this to answer. Answer is yes, it's included. And the way we work is that you get a 1 year commitment to being with us and sticking around with us, and in exchange for one clean fee, there is no add-ups. You have access to absolutely everything, and also we always offer the usually 2 weeks free trial, which is that in practical terms means that the first level of this workshop is usually included in the free trial if you wish, but we advise that you do that. And then it's only for the second one if you think that you are getting, this community is for you, then you continue with us for as long as you want, at least 1 year. You can decide to pay monthly, which is a very popular option. You can also pay a yearly, and then you get a significant discount. And most of our members, they get their employers pay for it. So just put that in touch, and then we can make it happen. And again, that includes absolutely, we do for 1 year. And even if you stay for longer than 1 year, that would include, in practical terms, that would include everything that you see. You get access to a platform that looks like this. Is a LinkedIn platform. It's a LinkedIn style platform where you have all the events, and basically you will be able to sign up directly. So as long as you see something that's going on as a member of our community, you have access to everything.
So
Okay.
just to wrap up, once we're a member of the club, I signed already, but I'm not still on the platform. I missed something, I think. In any case, the entry ticket to your workshops, it's been the part of the club. And then I need to go to the platform and for subscribing, or how it works?
Exactly. Yeah, you can always talk to me if in case you feel lost. I can see that you. I made sure that you.
Yes.
So you have your profile set up already, and all you need to do, you go to the platform, and in the events tab, you will find everything that's going on, and you just need to simply go and say that you attend.
Okay.
In case you are lost or you need anything, just you have my email.
I just missed the entrance to the platform. Okay. Sorry,
no
I will
problem.
not interrupt you anymore for practical sides. Thank you.
I'll
Guys.
send you an email, Olga, with all the information, so that and yeah, I'm always one email away. Okay. All right, Calliope, Sophia, any questions? Is it clear what we are trying to do and how it is structured? Also the pricing, how we work in terms of that? I'll take that as a yes, and of course you have you will have our contacts. The second part that again it's still like a couple of months ahead, but just for you to know that those are the dates for the AI for Advocacy workshop, which again, if you start with us, then you have all of this included. And these workshops, we do them in Brussels and online. We've been doing them for more than 2 years now, very, very popular. Again, the same idea. There is a beginner course and there is an advanced. The beginner, we have 2 dates. One is online, one is in person. You choose one or the other, just to make it a little bit easier. And this is a full day. Those are full day workshops where we start at the beginning, and then by the end of the level 1, you will be already feeling that you are an advanced user. You're building your AI agents for your policy research, communication work. You will feel a more confident user of artificial intelligence. We will do a lot of exercises. Most of the exercises, for example, what we are going to do. Sorry, most of the exercises, if not all, are already even available on our YouTube channel. So I'll share this presentation with you, and you can go to our YouTube channel to see whether the exercises are relevant for you. But trust me, they are like thought for professionals in our field. And that's the level 1. In the level 2, we go to the crazy level of AI, where actually you can do really cool things. We will do next gen media, AI generated images, videos using no code tools. So there is no code at all in what we do. It's as long as you are able to describe things and type, you are able to use these tools. And then we will also focus on automations. We will focus on advanced AI agents. Like I said, also, advanced media tools. So it's like level 2 is where people really feel that they've become that they can really use AI to work in a smarter and a more ethical way. Um, and again, the dates are the ones. The dates are the one that you saw before in the screen. So 12th of June, Brussels, 19th of June, online. You choose one or the other. And then the same 26th of June or 3rd of July for level 1 and level 2, respectively. Those are again the prices. And of course, you have my contacts, even my personal number. You write me almost any time of the day, please, working hours, and we can always have a chat about everything that I said, even how we can do this type of events for your organization. Because like even Andrea will be happy to say, hey, we can do this for your organization on a more tailored one-to-one basis. So feel free to reach out to us. And if there are no more questions on the AI for advocacy, the event organizing, the community, then I can give everyone a few minutes back of their day. But let's make sure that no one leaves with a question and answer. Are there any questions so far? All right, we did an amazing job then. We also strive for simplicity and to make things like very simple and accessible. That's part of the philosophy of everything we do. So that's all from us. Hope you have a great Tuesday, rest of the week, and hopefully see you at the very, very first occasion that we have, which is in a couple of weeks, on the 29th of April, for the level 1 workshop on organizing EU policy events with Andrea. Have a great day. Thank you.